All right, let's go. Let's roll. What is up, everyone? How y'all doing out there? I just needed to do this. I needed to get on here. I needed to reconnect. I feel like I have not seen you all in a day. It's been a while. It's been some time. I just needed to get back on here. I had not done the Brandon Fogal Show in a while. So we're going to kill it. We're going to get after it. I got a captivating, exciting, exhilarating show for you today. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Welcome to the Brandon Fogal Show. Every moment is an electrifying event. This is not just a podcast, it's a revolution of thought, unfiltered, real, and raw. The Brandon Fogal Show, where excellence meets evolution.
2, 1. This is the Brandon Fogal Show.
All right, let's not be silly. Remove the silliness. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I found something, and I wanted to bring it to you. This is Google Trends Time Capsule. We're going to take a quiz together. Are you all ready for this? Let's do it together. What is your favorite card game from the list below? All right, here we go. Oh, okay. That's cool. Have you all ever done this before? Well, if you haven't, I haven't either. So we'll figure it out as we go. All right, so what is your favorite card game of the list below? I want you all thinking, what is yours? And I'll think what's mine, and we'll meet in the middle. Okay, so I'm thinking out of these, we got Pokemon trading card game, poker, solitaire, blackjack, spider. I never got into that one. Uno, many people are going to not like this, especially my family. I am not a fan of Uno. Texas Hold'em, you can't go wrong with that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. I do not know what the heck that is. Magic the Gathering. Never done it, but it sounds amazing, and I would love to get a part of it. I would love to get in that crowd. I need to somehow figure a way out to kind of just sneak my way in there, and be like one of us. And I want them to start saying that as I walk in, as I sneak by. Magic the Gathering. Here we go. Out of these options, Texas Hold'em. I'm going Texas Hold'em. Here we go. All right. Who is your favorite athlete from the list below? All right. LeBron James. There are no words. All right. He is just a little bit older than me. He's a little bit older than me, and I loved him coming out of high school. I remember as he was in high school, like his senior year, I just followed him. There was a lot of hype built up about him, and it was well-deserved hype. And I was just mesmerized, intrigued. I loved LeBron James. Like, I think he broke my heart too many times. And I couldn't do it anymore. And I really was a debate over Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I almost said LeBron. I'm going Michael Jordan. So I can't say LeBron, but I do respect him. He is definitely one of the best. He's not the GOAT, but he is one of the best. But we're going to skip him. Ronda Rousey, not even sure who that is. John Cena, yeah, he's not going to be my favorite, but I can see how he makes this list. I can see Maria Sharapova. No, I think tennis. That's tennis, right? I'm pretty sure that, and I'm going to have to say no for me on that one. Kobe Bryant, that's going to make the top 3 at least. Diogo Maradona. I do not know that one. Zinedine Zidane. I do not know either. I don't know. Mike Tyson. That's also top 3. Conor McGregor. I don't know, man. That's a good one. That is a good one. What do you all, if you got to pick right now out of this list, the ones I've rattled off to you, who you going with? What has caught your fancy? What's piqued your fancy? Out of these, to me, it's down between Mike Tyson and Kobe Bryant. Out of these, man, I don't know. Oh, man, I'm going Kobe Bryant. Kobe all the way. All right, number 3. What is your favorite movie from the list below? The Hunger Games. That's pretty good. Transformers. That's all right. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Oh, gosh. I love it. I'm actually reading The Lord of the Rings. I'm reading through. It takes me a while. I'm a slow reader. It takes me a while. I've read The Hobbit. I've read the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, and I'm reading the books and I'm watching the movies after I read them as I go, because I've never read them before, but I'm working my way through. All right. The Twilight Saga Eclipse. Not so much for me. All right. But I can't just like gloss over that. I mean, what's his name? Edmund, and what's the other guy's name? Is it Edmund? Edward? The wolf and the vampire, man, and they just get after each other for the love of the girl. They love the girl, and they're fighting over her, and they want to tear her. They just want her to themselves, not terror. No terror. All right, Da Vinci Code. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. That is going to be up there out of this list. I can already tell. Oh my gosh, I'm already glimpsing the next one, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It is Harry Potter, The Deathly Hallows Part 2. That is another one. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, you gotta love it. I gotta love it. And I mean, I've actually been on a desperate. I say the word desperate in the most perfect sense, in the most romantic sense of possible. I have been desperate for some Harry Potter lately, and it's just because as we are rolling in to fall season, autumn, the best season of the year is hands down. There's no better season than fall. I will debate all day long and twice on Sunday over that with anybody that wants to step in the ring and debate about the best season ever. It is fall. No question. But something that is kind of like really close to there is Christmas, winter season, like in that really pinnacle of that short window that we have of the Christmas season, in the winter. You can't say winter because winter, that's tough. That's cold and bleak, and you just want to cozy up. But best season of the year, fall, without question. All right. So, but I say that a lot. I say all that just to say about Harry Potter. I have been mesmerized and just wanting and just chasing after Harry Potter and wanting to just get real and raw and just be able to just relax, have some butterbeer, cozy fire, light it up and just relax under the covers, watch me some Harry Potter. Actually, I read it first. I love to read stuff first. I don't know about you all, but I love to read stuff and then I love to watch it. I don't really want to watch it and then read it as much, even though I tend to do that as well. All right, next one, Sin City, Recut, Extended, Unrated. I never got into those. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. That's all right. It's all right. I'm not going to say much about that one. High School Musical 3, senior year. I build that up to say I never got in the High School Musicals, but I can see how people would have loved and adore them. Zac Efron, oh my gosh, eat your heart out, man. Even though I have been hearing people kind of dissing on him lately, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. He is a man. He turned into a man, and his people talking about his jaw structure and all that. I think he looks like a man now, a man's man. So don't be dissing on Zac Efron. Nobody. You gotta grow up sometime. Unless you're me. My name is Brandon. Unless you're me, then you don't. You go in the reverse. I'm like Benjamin Button, but in reverse. See if you catch that one. All right, so. Out of these, which one are we going with? Everyone, what do you got? Out of these, there's nothing outside of this. You can't pick anything. You can't think, I wish that would be the list. No, this is what we got. This is what we're dealing with. All right. I'm going to go. What is the Jeopardy song? I wish I had that. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. No, I don't really have anything. Yeah, I think that fizzled out pretty bad. All right, so out of these, what are we gonna go with? I'm kind of All right, what do you all got? Shout it out loud so I can hear it. I want to hear it. All right, so I'm out of these. Gosh, I'm going Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Woo! Here we go, baby. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, question 4. Who is your favorite soccer player from the list below? Now, I'm probably going to butcher this because lately I have not been keeping up with soccer as much as I should, especially the athletes that are out there. I have not been keeping up with them, so I couldn't say one as opposed to the other. So probably going to go with name recognition in this. This is, election type Who do you even recognize? I'm looking at this list of names, and if there's someone that even like hits this noodle and makes me understand that they're a real person. Okay, who we got? All right, Neymar. I'm gonna list through these people, and probably out there you're gonna be like, how do you not know him? How do you not know him? Well, I don't know who he is. Mia Hamm. That might be where we land, because I do recognize her. I do know her. Brady Chastain, no clue. Erling Haaland, not a shred of a doubt of evidence that I recognize that person whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Fernando Torres, it's getting worse as we go through. Paul Pogba, you can tell that soccer is not really America's sport. It's not, But I like it. I like World Cup. And I want to get into, actually I do want, but it's like I haven't reached that level, of certainty in my life and a fixation and just a fixation. I say words and probably not so correct words to use, but I say them. But words mean things. So I gotta get my vocabulary up and running. You got to turn on the engine, All right. Thierry Henry. No, it's going downhill. Diogo Maradona. I don't know these people, but you all probably do. Somebody out there probably knows who these are. Emiliano Sala. No clue. I think there's only one person on this list that I even recognize, kinda, sorta, and I do recognize her, and I think we're going to go with her. Mia Hamm. Mia Hamm is the winner, but who you all got? What do you, out of these lists, you're being like, how do you not go with Brandon Chastain? How do you not do that? And I'm sorry. Mia Hamm is who we are going with. All right. What is your favorite anime from the list below? Okay, this is another one that I kind of wish I was into, and really, there's so many things that you want to be into, because it's like, but you only got so much time, so you can't do everything, and I'm sure this is one of them for a lot of people out there, anime, this is a big deal, and I am going to tread lightly when walking through this, and when I'm saying it, I'm not going to say anything bad about anime. I do not want a mob showing up at my door and saying, what the heck are you talking about? You don't talk about anime like that. You don't act stupid. So I'm going to be cool. I'm going to play it cool. Act like I know what I'm doing. All right. Favorite anime movie from the list below. Here we go. One Piece. Not a clue. Chainsaw Man. Not a clue. Mr. Osamatsu. Again, not a clue. Pokemon. Yes, I do recognize Pokemon. So, something is going to have to do something really tickle my fancy to get and to not say Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Next one. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Not a clue. Bleach. Not a clue. The Legend of Korra. That sounds good, but I do not know at all. Next one. Naruto Shippuden. No idea. And Dragon Ball Z. I do recognize Dragon Ball Z. So out of all of these, there's some of them sound pretty cool. The Legend of Korra sounded pretty good to me, but all right, it's good. For me, it's between Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, because those are the only ones I even have heard about, and those are both pretty big, So if I gotta pick one, first of all, what do you got? What are you all thinking about out of this list that I'm saying? For me, I'm going with some Pokemon. I used to play the game Pokemon for a while. I had it, and I was trying to catch Pokemon. I was trying to catch them, and I caught a couple. But man, and then they started getting away. It's tough to keep up. Pokemon. All right, last question, number 6. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. I can already tell. What is your favorite TV show from the list below? All right, number 1, The Simpsons. That's pretty good. It's gonna be hard to beat. Number 2, The OC. Again, a really good show. That is a really good show, The OC. Number 3, Riverdale. Never heard of it. 4, Smallville. Oh my goodness. That one is fire. So, oh my gosh, this is getting tough. It's making me antsy. It's making me uncomfortable as you see me shake myself. We don't need to be shaking. No shaking. All right. Number 5, Happy Tree Friends. Have no idea. I've never heard of that one. Number 6, Yali Kapkini. No clue. No clue am I. Stranger Things. That is a show I have wanted to watch and wanted to get into. There's shows out there that I'm just dying to get into and just basically to watch. But I have not yet. And Stranger Things is one of them. Stranger Things. And I want to know what the whole thing deal is like. It's a movie as well, but then it's a show. Which one came first? What's going on? A lot of storylines. All right, what are we at? 8? The Walking Dead. Oh my, this is getting tough. This is making me like, I don't know what to do. I'm almost going to bury my head in the sand. All right, and number 9, You Knock on My Door. Never heard of it, but it could be a good one. So out of this list, oh my gosh. Da, na, 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 na. What do you all got? Out of this list, what are you picking? If you had to pick one, you had to land on one. Oh my gosh. Ooh, man. It's like, what is my actual favorite show? And what do I want to be my favorite show is kind of different, you know? All right, let's say what I want to be my favorite show so we can kind of narrow this down. I'm going to say The Walking Dead is up there, definitely. I'd like to. I've only watched a few of those, but I know it's really good. It's just have not had it. I remember when I first saw The Walking Dead for the first time, and it shocked me. And I think it shocked the world, you know, but it shocked me and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It was like one of the later episodes. And if you're a fan of Walking Dead, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't want to give stuff away. And probably me saying this is not going to give anything away. But it was that scene with that guy and he had his baseball bat strapped around with, what is it? Barbed wire? I don't know. And and I had to bounce. And I had to get out of there. And maybe just recruit. But that was like the very first thing I ever saw of Walking Dead. And it was probably the most like, it would mess you up. It would put nightmares in your nightmares. So yeah. So out of these, what we're going to, Small Things and Stranger Things. Actually never seen Stranger Things, so I can't technically say that's mine, but I wanted to watch it. I'm going The Simpsons. The Simpsons. All right, here we go. What am I? Your time capsule is from 2002. I'm going to scroll down so you can kind of see. You can't really see it right there. That's not going to do it. Let me do this. Your time capsule is from 2002. Oh, boy. Look at that kid. So that was my time capsule. That was go to Google Trends and do time capsules. And you can do those questions. Pretty cool stuff. My first time, you witnessed it for you all. And I hope that was enjoyable for you as well. All right, so what is up, everyone? How you all doing out there? All right, let's take that off of there. Let's go to something. We're going to bounce around. We are going to go to the news. All right. So, in case somebody sees this later on, this is actually Labor Day weekend. And kind of bringing you the special. It's a speciality, man. A speciality. Okay. All right. Please take me seriously. Okay. I gotta get me off of there. All right. So what we got? We are getting ready. Is anyone aware that the NFL season is starting this coming week? Is that just me that knows about that? I'm sure no one else has thought about that. You know, the NFL season has started on Thursday. Kansas City Chiefs, baby, against the Ravens. Rematches. Who is up in the series? Let's actually look it up. Let's look it up. Who's up in the series? Mahomes versus what's his name? Lamar Jackson. Who is up? All right. So matchup history. It says we got Lamar Jackson and Mahomes have met 4 times in their careers, with Chiefs going 3-1 in those games. And I think I can remember the time that Lamar won. And I think he did that little flip into the end zone and then he got hurt. But I like Lamar Jackson. I do like him. So, you know, but he's good. And when you go against people that are good, it's tough. And it's like, it can eat you alive. No, you're going to bring it. Where's it at? Let's go to the Chiefs schedule. All right. So this game is going to be, where are we at? It is at Kansas City. It is in my neck of the woods. Baby. You're going to bring it to the Red Kingdom? No, you come in, you walk in, but you're going to limp back. You know? So Chiefs are going to basically destroy your candy boot. a candy, but I don't want to say candy. Ace. I don't want to say that. And I didn't. Technically, I didn't. Okay. All right. So the Chiefs are going up against the Ravens. It's going to be a thriller in Manila. You know, we got injury report. I knew Hollywood Brown had been hurt. Let's see how he's doing. Let's see how he's doing. Let's learn together. Says, mostly good news regarding the team's injury report ahead. The week 1 showdown with Baltimore Ravens, except sidelined Hollywood Brown. It looks like he's gonna be out. I think, didn't that happen the very first game of the season, preseason, that he got hurt? I think it was. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. But like, if the main thing is if we can keep our number one asset healthy, Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes can stay healthy throughout the season, there is no one that can touch us. And hey, I gotta say this. Mahomes, he's gonna go into this. I see him almost like who is it? Lakers. I could see him kind of like the Lakers, like Shaq and Kobe, kind of just nursing some things, just kind of just taking it easy as he goes through and not just burning himself out. I don't see it like, and the only reason I'm saying this, that I don't see him as like the Michael Jordan, is because that last season that they did not start off so great, did okay through the regular season, and they almost like they saved it for playoff time. And that reminds me of the Lakers. The Lakers did that multiple times. Like they would just do okay, just do enough to get by. And then once it got to April, that's when they started just gearing up and getting ready to roll in the playoffs. And it seemed like, because Mahomes is a smart man. He's a smart man. And just like Brady, and maybe it's the difference as in football as opposed to basketball. You know, so it's no knock on Mahomes that I'm saying that he's not like going at it like Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan, every game, he was breathing fire down the other team's neck. Now, it is a lot different between basketball and NFL. So I could see that Mahomes taking it easy, just like Brady did throughout the season. Brady wasn't knockout killer regular season. That's why whenever him and Peyton Manning went up against each other and their careers were, it was unfolding before our eyes, it was always about who's better. Peyton Manning was MVP, nonstop MVP every year, regular season, just putting up insane bananas numbers. But Brady, when it came crunch time and when it came playoff time, that's when he excelled. And I think I could see it as Mahomes having that mindset and that ability and awareness that he doesn't need to just, because it's like once you lose that first game, there's no hiding it. Mahomes wants to he wants to challenge the Dolphins 72 season, winning it all every game. And it's when you're winning every game, but it's like once you lose one, you don't need to kill yourself. You just almost need to get in there. You want to get home field advantage. You want that bye, but now it's like that bye is not even as incredible as it once was upon a time, because only one team gets it. And if you're not going to be that one team, it's like, why am I going to kill myself? We need to stay healthy. We need to get there, And so I just see Mahomes has that mindset, similar to Tom Brady and similar to the Lakers, just kind of just coasting it through the season, staying healthy, getting through it, and when it comes crunch time, killing it, knocking it out of the park. And that's what he does. Mahomes, I could talk about Mahomes all day, every day, just the level that he is as a player, that he has that awareness, which is, as you can see, anytime I'm talking about sports, I always try to sneak in some Mahomes, because he has that awareness that is just, I don't see it in other players. I think he has a greater awareness than anyone that's ever played the game as a quarterback, pretty much, because I'm the only person I'm even like comparing him to in my mind is Brady. And it's like, if I really come down to it, like just mental like acumen of the game, who's better, who's gonna make that smarter play in crunch time, who's gonna do it, I have to go Mahomes. And I it's weird saying that, but in my gut I'm thinking I have to go Mahomes because there's only been one time that I've seen that he made a bonehead kind of play in a bonehead kind of events, a string of plays. that I saw him do. And that was in that season game, that playoff game against the Bengals when they blew that lead. That was the first time I ever saw that Mahomes seemed, human. But then he quickly changed that and he quickly redeemed himself. So I'm going to say Mahomes has the better acumen. But there was it is a difference though, because Brady had he had something happening. It was kind of weird. He had luck is a real thing in sports. Luck is a real deal, as in the ball bouncing your way, and especially in those moments, certain moments of the game, and things just going your way kind of thing. And Brady definitely had that. Mahomes has that to an extent, but Brady had that in a weird way, that things just went his way. And it's like the football gods or something are just looking down on him and saying, he's the golden boy, he's the golden child. I'm going to make this play go his way. I'm just going to nudge the player in that way. I'm going to protect him in this way. I'm going to, that tuck rule thing, just make it go just so right so that his, career. But I can't diss on him because whatever it is, the little heebie-jeebies, making it go your way, whatever causes that, who knows? But it still happened for him, and things went Brady's way. So, all right. So I'm good. I love talking about some NFL, and you see that I kind of I just land on the Chiefs, and I can't get off of them. All right. So here we go. All right. So here we go. Okay. I love hearing that. Okay. So I wanted to bounce around a little bit. I got to find me some Mizzou. Did y'all catch the game this weekend? Did y'all catch it? Mizzou is in the win column, baby. Mizzou, M-I-Z. Z-O-U. All right. Mizzou is up. They're all the way. All the way. All the way, baby. All the way. So they won. They won against Murray State. If y'all caught that, they just took it to town on them, man. They destroyed them, demolished them. Mizzou is going all the way, baby. All the way. They got a good quarterback. Is it his third year? He's legit. He's legit. And actually I know he got kind of a bad rap. Like last year, if you remember, the fans kind of booed that the coach selected him. Turned out to be a good choice. Turned out to be a good choice to stick with him and in that quarterback battle and who was going to start. But they kept it with what is this? Because I know his name's is it Brady something? I don't know. I got Brady on the mind. Okay, there's got to be an easier way to find out. Position. I want all position. I was right. Brady Cook. I knew it was something like that. So yeah, what up? The smart move by the coach. The Mizzou, they got a good coach, good solid coach. And what was the score? Let me find it out. Find it out. Figure it out, Bam. We'll figure it out. All right. Ain't no thing but chicken wing string. 51-0. Woo! Okay. I'm a chill, but yet I'm not going to chill. I ain't going to chill for no one. No one. Nobody. I don't care how uncomfortable you get. All right. So, Mizzou, they did a very good job. Very good. All right. So, now I wanted to kind of move. I got to show you this. If you have not selected your fantasy football team, you got to do it because it's getting ready. We're getting ready to roll because when it gets Thursday, it's too late. Deadline. You have up until Wednesday to pick your team. And I got my team and man, looking pretty good, looking pretty solid. I went number 1 overall and I took Christian McCaffrey, number 1 running back in the game, baby. He's put up crazy numbers last year. If you remember that, every game he was scoring. Was he scoring 5 touchdowns a game? So I hope he didn't just burn himself out. I hope it does good this year for me, But I want Christian McCaffrey. Stay healthy, my friend. Stay healthy. Get well. All right. And then got number 2. I think I might, which, people diss on me, taking a quarterback this early. I did it. I think number 2 pick, I went Patrick Mahomes. I had to. If he's on the board, I'm taking him. It makes it so much funner, even though it might not be the smart move in fantasy. See, what are they? Fantasy. There we go, baby. Balloons. And for fantasy aficionados out there that say, oh, blah, 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 you're going to make a quarterback selection on number 2? You're stupid. I don't care. Patrick Mahomes, my heart bleeds Patrick Mahomes. So it is what it is. I took him, and we're gonna go to promised land. Even though I got him last year, and I took him last year, and I also took Purdy, and I think I took Purdy I took Purdy again this year. And last year I kept selecting and starting Mahomes, and Purdy was just getting crazy numbers. And that's when you get 2 rock stars as your quarterback, it gets extremely tough, and you get heartburn over it because it's like, who am I going to go with? The worst thing to me in fantasy football is definitely not if you lose. If I get annihilated, I'm cool as a cucumber, and I'm happy with it. But it's when you lose, and it's because you lose because you left someone on the bench that would have caused you to win, or you missed out on those points by putting someone on the bench, and then they just have a crazy, awesome game. And those are the stingers. Those will keep you up at night if you are not ready. If you are not mentally prepared to go into the fantasy football season, you got to be mentally prepared. You got to prepare yourself. You got to train yourself. Daily reminders. You need to, when you get up, you need to think. You need to think your steps through. What do I need to be doing? What calls do I need to be making to put myself and my team in the best possible position to win? Because it literally is like playoffs in fantasy football. It's not like, oh, I'm going to have a good season and then do well in the playoffs. There's some of that, but in reality, it is you need to perform each week. You need to go out there and win each week. You need to put up crazy numbers. You show no mercy in fantasy football. And I don't care if you're going against your mom on the other side. You say you gotta put that love aside, and you got to just be dialed in. You got to be dialed in, and you got to destroy. Even if it's someone you love, you got to destroy them in fantasy football. You got to. And I think my team is geared up to do that. We are geared up to do that. I took, you can see there's a lot of red on my team. There's a lot of red kingdom on my team, including Harrison Butker. I stand by Harrison Butker, even though I didn't really ever hear the speech that he did, but I can guesstimate what it was, and I stand by it. I stand behind Harrison Butker, even though he got such a terrible rap, but the real people out there got behind him. You know, he's standing up for Christian values, so I'm all about that. So I took Harrison. I did take Christian McCaffrey, baby. And then I got Harrison Butker. I got Mahomes at the helm. Kenneth Walker. He looked like, I really don't know anything about Kenneth Walker, but he had very high projected numbers for the Seattle Seahawks. And then I feel like every year I'm landing on Mike Evans every year. And he has some years he's got me some crazy numbers, awesome numbers. And through the roof numbers, next level numbers. And who is the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Let's find out. All right, the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who is going to be throwing it to Mike Evans is Baker Mayfield. You know, is Baker Mayfield going to be back in the limelight of commercials, progressive? I hope so, because they were funny. They were good. But it's like he fell off the kind of the carousel a little bit because he wasn't winning. And these big brands don't want to put people out there that aren't winning. You know, that's kind of the thing. You got to win. And he wasn't, but he did pretty dang good last year. I think he stepped in. From what I remember, fact check me, but I think he did pretty good. And so I'm pleased as pop, and that he is going to be throwing it to my man Mike Evans. So let's take it to the next level. Next level, Mike. All right, and Nico Collins. This was a tough one for me because it was right between him and who's the other guy? I don't even need to look it up. I know who it is. Stephon Diggs. It was Stephon Diggs, and it was whenever my number was called, I had to pick, and it was between them two because they were like the top guys of receivers to pick between, and it was Nico Collins, and they're both on the same team, which I'm not too happy about because I want a receiver that's not going to be competing each week, but maybe it's kind of good because that other guy's going to be pushing him. I just hope that Nico kind of just decimates the other teams. And I hope he puts next level numbers. Zay Flowers, I'm skipping my tight end. For me, he's a no name. I don't know anything about them. I didn't get Travis Kelce. Probably good I didn't get Travis Kelce because like I would be like too red on this side because then it's like I'm dependent on not only if Mahomes, if he's not throwing it to the right guy, I need to be able to like focus in on and know that whoever Mahomes throws it to and whoever scores, I'm going to be pleased as pop. And I don't want to be like crushed that he threw it to someone else and he didn't throw it to Travis Kelce for the touchdown. So it's okay. It's okay. You can't have your whole team that you love on your fantasy team. You got to put those things aside. Even though it doesn't sound like I'm doing that, I am doing that. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my team. I'm putting my team, in the best possible position. I'm putting like those biases aside so that I can focus on what is best and going to take us to the promised land. And that's what we're going to do. All right. Zay Flowers, I do know this guy. And there was something that happened last year with Zay Flowers, and I think it was with the Chiefs. Did they play each other in the playoffs? Let's just look it up. Let's look it up. Why? If we got Google, let's look it up. And we got Google. Okay, let's look up Zay Flowers against Chiefs. Because he did something. Did he like taunt somebody? That was what it was. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. I remember. Okay, it was. He did something. He got in somebody's face, but then he made the fumble. Or he fumbled it or something. He did something, and it caused them to not do well. Not do so well, man. But either way, he's on my team. I love him. I welcome him. We don't hold anything. Like once we're on the same team and we are going like into battle together, I got your back. And he's got mine. I like to believe he's got mine. Even though I'm talking smack, you got to separate the two between who you love. And that's why fantasy football can be so amazing because it gives that adrenaline jolt to the game. Even though it's not your team and not who you love, it brings excitement to every game that's out there. Every game on Sunday, Monday, Friday, every game of the week, except for Tuesday. There's not a game on Tuesday this year. But every game of the week, there's excitement and thrill because you got a player playing out there that's going to bring you what you need. And it's what's going to just take your team to the next level. Get it? I'm pretty pleased about this, my defense, because whenever I was selecting it, the team that I got the Browns. They're not in the Chiefs division, so we're good there. We're good there. And then also they had like almost the highest projection of numbers as a defense. Defense, kickers, and all that kind of jazz. It only means so much. You can pretty much pick who you want each of the week as the weeks go on. And people a lot of times with their kickers and with their defense, a lot of times they are movable, maneuverable parts that you can place in and out. They're not as critical as your running backs, as your receivers, and as your quarterback. I'd say your running backs, your receivers, they are the most critical components to where you're going to go as a team and who's going to give you the most points, the most like reliable points. It's going to come down to your running backs and your receivers. But if you got Mahomes, that ain't too bad either. And you all know I'm right. I'm right. I got a solid bench too. A solid bench. And they're looking pretty fine indeed. I got Brock Purdy as my backup. Xavier Worthy. Heck yeah. I can't believe I snuck him out. I mean, like he was like hanging around there and I could just grab him, I like having him. I like having that red on my bench, even though they're not out there on the field for me. It feels good. It brings me those warm and fuzzies and those warm cuddlies into my heart and gives me kind of that warmth that I need. Knowing that I got Chiefs on my bench. I'm cool with that. I'm very cool with that. All right. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know much about him. Dallas Goedert, that's a good tight end. That's a good tight end. Him and my starting tight end. The other guy, he looked like he had gonna have promising numbers, but both of these guys are pretty good. If you don't got Travis Kelce, or George Kittle's pretty good too. That like other guys, they kind of just all blend together. The tight ends out there. I mean, for a while, tight ends were like almost the like position, like they were the X factor for a lot of teams out there, and it doesn't seem like it's that way as much as it was. And except Travis Kelce, he's the exception at this current time. Travis Kelce, he's the exception. And I mean, him and battling against also George Kittle, but Kelce, he definitely has the upper hand on that. the question is whether Travis Kelce has the upper hand on Rob Gronkowski. And especially as Rob's out of the game now, he's not playing anymore. He definitely has the upper hand. He definitely has it right there. But like them and their like the best Travis Kelce version against the best Rob Gronkowski version, who you got? Oh my gosh. That's almost like, I almost want to say that's almost like Shaq in his prime, his heyday, just unstoppable, as in Rob Gronkowski in his prime. But like overall career and who they are, like I go Travis Kelce, but like in his prime, it's like, it's kind of tough because it's like, would you take Shaq in his prime against Hakeem Olajuwon or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or, Wilt Chamberlain or what's his name? I want to say Kurt Russell. It's not Kurt Russell. It's Russell something. Oh my gosh, I got to look it up. I'm going to kill myself if I don't say that one right. Russell off of Celtics. Bill Russell. I got to say that one right. Bill Russell. It's like definitely who won the most championships is Bill Russell. Wilt Chamberlain was like unstoppable. I wasn't around really to see him, so I'm not that old, but like I can imagine. And then Hakeem Olajuwon, the dream, yes, he was crazy good. But like out of all these guys that like they're so good, but in the most dominant factor and force of human nature, Shaquille O'Neal, like no one touched him whatsoever. No one touched Shaquille O'Neal at all. It feels so weird saying Shaquille, but that's his name. It's Shaq. He was Shaq, and he was a beast. And like I just like picture him. He was just breaking people, just breaking them as they went up against each other. He was like a senior. No, he was like a senior that got held back as an 8th grader and just playing against a bunch of 6th graders. I don't know. And he's just playing against these little kids, and he was just like a huge mammoth of an individual, and it was just dominant as well. The only thing that people could stop him was if they could get him to the free throw line. And Shaq, he had trouble at the free throw line. But man, making like 50%, even like they just make it look so easy in sports. That what was his like overall? I gotta look it up. Free throw percentage. Shaq's free throw percentage was 50%. Which really, if I'm shooting free throws, I guess I'm not the greatest person out there, but like, to me, that's still pretty good. 50%, that's pretty dang good. But that was his Achilles heel. That was his kryptonite. That people could not stand him. They had to foul him. Hack a Shaq. That happened. But like, when I'm talking about Rob Gronkowski against Travis Kelce at their peak level, it seems like Rob Gronkowski, he was kind of just dominant in that aspect, but like overall longevity as a career, I'd go Kelce. If I had one game, I think even my heart, like my heart and my love for Kelce, and him as the Chiefs, we were very lucky to have him. I'd still go with him, even though I think Rob would almost in one game, like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm like torn and, I'm like struggling over here. Struggling more than any man should. Probably more than the ladies out there too. I know a lot of the ladies would flock to Travis Kelce, so there's not any question about that. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about as a pure football animal. Travis Kelce is a beast. And he last season, he was a little bit the decline in his season last year, but I still would take him this year. Definitely, I would take him. Not without a shadow of a doubt, I would take him and want him playing on my team. So, all right. And then we got Antonio Gibson. I don't know much about him, but I'm thrilled to have him on the team. Steelers defense, that's another strong pick. But we do interchangeably maneuver and move out our defenses throughout the season. Who we're playing against. We got to do our studies. We got to study who we're playing against. We got to know that other team that we're going against. We got to be smart. Play smart. Every game smart. Every week smart. Prepare. You falter to what you prepared for. If you don't prepare, you're going to falter. You're going to fall to that level. That's why you always need to prepare. Over prepare. Do that film. If you're a fantasy owner out there, you do that film. Study. Put in those hours. It's important. It's going to make or break whether you are going to just, because second place is the first loser. I got to say it. Second place is the first loser. And if you're not winning, I know this is Ricky Bobby, but if you're not winning, you're losing. And if I'm not winning, like last year, to me, I did win. Not overall, but I did make something. I did make a little something. And it was because my team performed at the highest level, but they didn't win it all technically, but they put up the most points. So it does matter though. This isn't a game. It's not a game. It kind of is a game. It's a little more removed than a game. It's second life. But so, and then lastly, I did say that I got the Steelers. Strong steel curtain defense as my backup. Are you freaking kidding me? If I'm not playing the Browns, and that means I got two amazing stout defenses. They're going to just destroy the other teams. And it's like the hardest thing is going to be, who am I going to choose? Who am I going to put out there to win for me? Who's going to win? Who's going to win for you? Be smart. Think it through. Be prepared throughout the week. Think about what you're going to do. Stay up, put in those long hours as you get ready. Because it's going to matter when you come to crunch time, and you got to have your team solidified for the most part. If you got a team playing on Thursday, you got to have them ready to roll then, especially if you're going to have a player that you need to play. So be ready for that. But you really have to have your team solidified before 12 o'clock on Sunday. I guess that's Central Time. That is so weird. So does that mean the NFL, like if you're on the East Coast, the games are starting at 1? I've never really actually thought this through, but that means the games are starting for the people on the East Coast at 1 o'clock, right? At 1 p.m. That's so weird. I always thought, is that right? This is like I'm having a crazy breakdown right in front of you before your eyes, because I've actually never thought this through. The games on Sunday, am I just going crazy right now? What's happening? Are the games really starting at I guess it would be like 11 o'clock? I know this probably seems stupid, but I had actually never even thought about that. I'm in the Central Time, so the NFL on Sunday always starts at noon, and that just seems normal. But is it? Is it like, if you're in other parts of the country, is it starting at noon for you? I need to know. I'm kind of like freaking out right now. I'm kind of freaking out. It's uncomfortable. As uncomfortable it is for you all out there, it's doubly important. No, not important. Doubly uncomfortable, but important nonetheless. It's uncomfortable for me in my heart, in my mind, because I'm having a mental breakdown. But maybe that is, put it in the comments. I have to see it to believe it. Like, there's places in this world that I do not know if I really believe they exist until I go there, but they probably do. They do. And just like it probably does, football probably starts at 1 p.m. for some people and maybe 11 a.m. for others. I don't know. It's debatable. I don't know. And then lastly, Jaleel McLaughlin for the Denver Broncos. I'm not too happy he's from the Denver Broncos. The only time I liked Denver Broncos was when it was Tebow Land. That was when I was pleased as punch that I liked the Broncos then. At that one season, it was because of him. And they should have kept him. But I'm not going to get into that today. Not going to get into that. I don't think you all are ready for that, I don't think you're ready for that. I think you all have seen enough. I had it. So may the odds be okay. I can't do it. All right, I had to look it up, and okay. May the odds. Oh my gosh, I would probably, if I was on a set in Hollywood, I would probably drive the director crazy, and I gotta get ready because my acting career is going to happen eventually, so I need to be able to remember my lines. I gotta remember my lines. 1 second. Okay. All right. May the odds. Oh my gosh. All right. Not gonna let you see all that. That was crazy. I'm not gonna say the E word, but okay. May the odds ever be in your favor for you all out there, fantasy just fanatics. May the odds be in your favor, and may your team just crush it. If you're watching this and you're a fantasy guru, may the odds ever be in your favor. Have a wonderful fantasy football year. Have a wonderful NFL football year as we gear up and as the Chiefs take another Lombardi trophy home. All right. So we're going to end it with that. I hope you all have an amazing week. And go Chiefs. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Your support means the world to me, and it helps keep the content coming. Until next time, stay blessed and keep shining.